Civilians injuring hundreds is a tragic accident, but the war to destroy Hamas will not end.
The attack at a tent camp housing displaced Palestinians killed at least 45 people. Israel's military initially called it a precise airstrike on Hamas compound, but opened an investigation once details of the deadly strike emerged.
Fox's Ashley Strohmeyer, the United Nations Security Council's called an emergency meeting today about the strike. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And right now is right now. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp. And I'm Lee Barrows.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
Yeah.
She's arriving on two wheels.
Forgot to set my alarm last night.
You forgot to set your alarm.
Yeah.
Don't you just leave it set all the time?
No, I turn it off sometimes. It's just a habit. I don't know why. Yeah.
Well, today is Tea Day. I guess we can just start out with. What do you think?
Yeah. Tuesday.
Trump Day.
Well, yeah.
Wonder what's going to happen.
Closing arguments.
Closing arguments, supposedly. I still suspect that an attorney is going to move again for a dismissal. Probably going to fail again.
Oh, he'll fail again. The judge won't
This
grant
judge
it.
is just like
No.
not even entertaining dismissal motions. Not like, hey, make your case. That's what I would say if I was the judge. Make your case. Then let me decide, and give him about 2 minutes to make his case, and then you can say no.
Judge is
that's what
absolutely not
happened.
going to do that.
I know it's not. That's It'd be interesting to hear what is on the minds of the defense attorney. So for me, I would want the defense attorney to put up or shut up.
Mhm.
Tell me why. What would you do in my shoes, Mr. Attorney?
I hear you.
Why would you grant a dismissal, or would you grant one, given whatever evidence you can present me right now? How's that for having common sense?
Well,
It's going to be a long day of closing arguments.
Okay, I want to start with a joke. Just
Go
get the
ahead.
day
All
going.
right. Go ahead.
So this head, nobody, floats into a bar.
Okay.
Hovering above a seat, the head orders a whiskey. The bartender says, okay, and the head slurps it up. Poof, the head suddenly sprouts a torso. The head, now obviously a guy with a torso, orders another, and he says, make it a double. The bartender pours a stiff one, and the head guy slurps it up. Poof, the torso now has two arms. You're scared, aren't you? Again, the head, now more of a person, asks for another drink. The bartender pours the drink, and the guy tosses it back. Poof, the former head sprouts two legs. So he asks the barkeep for one last whiskey, and he drinks it down. As soon as he's finished the drink, poof, he disappears entirely. The bartender remarks to those who have now gathered around, he should have quit when he was ahead.
Oh.
and y'all wonder why I don't like Rayford's jokes.
I thought that was cute.
Rayford, I need you to not do
I
that.
didn't see it going there.
Well, I
but,
figured I'd get you warmed up this morning for a little
I guess
bit.
I got too far ahead of myself on that joke.
Warmed up for what?
Warmed up for the day.
Oh,
How was the wind at your house yesterday?
it was awesome when I was out there working.
Awesome.
Hmm.
I had trees around here just whipping around and around. I said, uh-oh.
I didn't have that. I was out in the backyard
It was
working
breezy.
yesterday.
Well, it was breezy, but there, at one point in time yesterday afternoon, I'm sitting there in the window looking outside. I'm like, uh-oh.
I didn't have that.
When it started, the wind was kind of twisting those trees around. I said, uh-oh.
I
And of
even,
course, my weather radio was going a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
oh, good Lord. I told you mine was like, ding, ding,
We
ding.
were under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock last night.
Yes.
I knew that.
Uh-huh. So
Yes, we
conditions
were.
were appropriate for it. The storm that we had yesterday, the rain and the wind and
Yeah.
all the lightning and stuff, were the remnants of that system that passed through Texas and Oklahoma and Arizona, not Arizona, but Arkansas and Kentucky over the weekend.
Yes.
22 people confirmed dead there. And they're still searching. We'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, it's a mess out that way. But this was what was left over after it made it across the Smokies.
Right, yes.
And I could see where it would have been severe. We had a tornado watch actually from here up into Maryland yesterday, last
Yes.
evening. So that was moving on in that direction. I didn't read of anything else, but
I know I holler about my weather radio going off constantly and scaring the bejeebies out
Yeah,
of me,
just be
but
glad
I
you
am
got it
so
just in
grateful
case.
that I have it.
yeah,
I mean, the Marine Corps, it does everything,
Wow.
but it was good.
Yeah.
Because I told you, since my sister texted me, did you get a warning for tornado watch?
Mhm.
I said no. About then,
I heard it
everything in
come-
the house started going
Yeah.
off. The weather radio, Alexa, everything.
yeah. It kind of went off in sub cycles. Of course, I've got it for a bunch of different counties surrounding
Mine's all
us.
of Eastern North Carolina, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I understand.
Shoo-wee.
But mine's programmed in case something hits New Hanover first, for
Right.
instance, or out there towards Lenore County, and Onslow's not being impacted at that time. I kind of want to know about it
Yes.
as a pre-warning to a possible situation. But I've got for you guys who are interested, I've got New Hanover, Onslow, Pender, Lenore, Jones, Craven, and Carteret counties
That's
programmed.
what I
in mine.
have. But
So-
I was getting alerts for Dare, for
Well,
Raleigh.
if you get it for one area that
Yes.
includes Onslow County or Craven County, for
Right.
instance, that might include Raleigh.
And a
You
lot
never
of
know.
people don't understand. You might be under a tornado watch and you go look at the weather map and you see nothing at all. But a lot of what happens in the afternoon is when that sea breeze hits the other line coming across, you
Yeah.
know, and that's what creates a lot of those
when
storms.
warm and cool temperatures
That's right.
collide, it can sprout pretty much anything.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we'll be talking about
Yep.
more severe weather as the month wears along and the coming months wear along.
Yes, because you know that NOAA just released an updated
Yeah, they
stat on
did.
the hurricane season,
and
which is
it's-
not good at all.
Yeah, those thunderstorms yesterday were pretty severe in
Right.
some areas.
Yes.
We had a lot of lightning here, a lot of thunder in the distance. So I think up towards Jones County is where, at the time I was hearing all of the heavy
It
rumbling.
was enough for me to get off the lawnmower.
Well, I cannot that any excuse, right?
No, I love mowing the grass.
We got that tornado watch. I don't know of any tornadoes that actually formed and hit the ground. I never got a warning, so I'm assuming nothing
Right.
came of that watch. But conditions were appropriate, just
I
in
know.
case, and they appropriately put out a watch yesterday.
There was some tornado warnings up there in Washington, Hyde County, Dare, all up in that area.
Mm-hmm.
It was radar indicated, not that one ever dropped down and touched, but
Yeah.
the conditions were there.
It could radar will pick it up, and those radars they scan to the left, to the right, up and down. And they got some new ones out there right now, and got some more that are coming for this area, which will be good.
Yes.
That will scan all of that. Now it takes about 2 to 3 minutes or 4 minutes to make the entire scan.
Right.
So something could actually happen. The new one will make that entire up and down scan and the whole 360 scan in a matter of seconds.
I'm telling
And
you,
therefore, if something pops down
It's
out
good
of the
to
sky,
know.
there it is. You've
good
got
to
it.
know.
So that'll be a good one to have. Over the weekend, the outbreak of tornadoes in the Midwest resulted in the deaths of at least 22 people. The death toll could increase. Searches are
Oh,
continuing
mercy.
throughout the wide areas of destruction across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kentucky. In addition to the deaths, hundreds of other people were hurt. Flying debris, houses destroyed, businesses destroyed, trees were downed, and electrical power is still out for a whole bunch of people in that four-state region.
And the
So-
flooding in some of those
Flooding,
areas. Oh,
It's severe weather is appropriately named severe because it can be really. And you don't have to have a tornado. You can have some severe winds that will rip shingles off your roof and everything else. So if you got a bunch of shingles laying in your yard, you might want to contact your roofer because the next thing is going to be leaks onto your sheetrock.
and you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because Friday, our North Carolina Insurance Commissioner is going to be calling in and talking about making sure your insurance is what you need for hurricane season,
Yeah.
what you need to look out for, and things that you need to consider. So,
Yeah, we want to talk to him about this flood insurance, flood and wind, or
Yes.
hail and wind, they call it, right? Hail
Right.
and wind. I still have, it's a bit irritating just to add a hail and wind supplement to your insurance policy.
mine's
a rider.
included in mine.
Well, I
I
know
don't have
it's-
to add it.
Well, you could take it off,
right.
but your home insurance is generally not that bad.
Right.
When you add hail and wind, you can double or triple or quadruple your bills.
It does add to it. Now, a lot of things that people don't understand, hail and wind will cover, like if your roof blows off or your windows break out and you get rain inside your house that causes a flooding,
Yep.
it covers that. But ground flooding, where it comes from the ground up, your home is not
or
protected.
even if you do not have hail and wind and the shingles blow off or the
Right.
roof blows off, it does not cover the damage
That's
inside
right.
the house
Nope,
from the
sure
rain.
won't.
How about that? So they're, they got you one way or they got you the other way, one or the other.
Well, if your house is being mortgaged, the mortgage company's going to
Oh,
require
they
you to
require
have
that.
hail and wind. If you don't have, if your house is paid off, then you don't have to have it. But I'm gonna tell you, you take that extra $1,000 a year.
How about
if-
2,000?
I'm just saying an extra $1,000. My whole total insurance policy is just over 2,000.
Mhm.
That covers everything. But if you take that off, what's the cost of redoing your house?
Well, if your roof goes away,
That's right.
you've lost a lot more than just the roof.
Thankfully, I have like a double roof on my house, and I'm a brick home. So,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that tornadoes spawned from a hurricane can't come along and take it off.
There you
so,
go. It can happen in a heartbeat.
yes.
Details are emerging following a pre-dawn shootout with police in New Bern on Saturday. 7 people were arrested after police responded to a shot spotter notification. For those who aren't aware, those so-called shot spotters, they are listening devices, and they activate and alert police when there's gunfire. Police were met with gunfire when they arrived on the scene. What started on the street ended up with police searching a house at the location on, I will never even get this right, Contentia Avenue in New Bern. A 17-year-old was initially arrested on a charge of assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill. Keep in mind, once again, that the time was 5:20 a.m. Saturday, 5:20 in the morning. You got all this going on at a
Yes.
house. All right. Jailed, 47-year-old Nakia Lyons, charged with trafficking opium and heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamines and maintaining a place for controlled substances. She's in jail under $1,850,000 bond. 18-year-old Kirek Hicks was arrested, charged with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. He was given a secured bond of $100,000 on the assault charge. Hicks is also charged with trafficking opium, heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine and maintaining a place for controlled substances. Bond for that was set at $1,850,000. No one was injured in the shootout. When police first took gunfire from inside the house when they arrived, they returned fire. They fired 2 rounds, then they backed away until additional units arrived to secure the scene. Neither Hicks nor Lyons have felony criminal records in North Carolina. We know nothing about the underage 17-year-old that was arrested.
Under 17.
17 years old. He was out at 5:20 in the morning. An 18-year-old was out at 5:20 in the morning with a 47-year-old woman.
Not good.
That's a pregnant pause, y'all. Think about it. In Kinston Sunday night, tragedy. A teenage girl was shot and killed in a Memorial Day celebration. Happened about 9 o'clock Sunday evening. 17-year-old Desire Gooding died from an apparent gunshot wound at the event at Bill Fay Park. It's usually a very quiet park, I'm told. It's well used, very nice place. Police responded to the event when they received reports of gunfire. Arriving, they found a crowd of about 2 people gathered. Shots had been exchanged between several individuals. The young girl got caught in the crossfire. No arrest yet. Police are
Sad.
investigating. 200 people gathered at an event. 2 groups of individuals with guns at a park for a Memorial Day celebration. Dead. 17-year-old. Innocent. Bystander.
It's really sad.
Crossfire.
It's horrible.
Everybody with a gun there should go to jail. Speaking of guns, this one should raise a few eyebrows. Hunter Biden's trial for illegally buying and possessing a pistol is set to begin in it's next week in June. Good old daddy. Did you hear about this one? President Biden. He stopped by Sunday to see his daughter-in-law, the widow of his late son, Beau, who died 9 years ago. As we have all heard, Hunter and the widow had begun a relationship after Beau's death. In fact, Hallie is scheduled to testify at Hunter's trial.
Oh,
Okay. So Daddy Biden goes by to see her Sunday. She's scheduled to testify, I don't know, for or against her son at the trial next week.
It's 4. I heard that on the. She's one of his witnesses.
do you think there was a payout involved?
I have no clue.
Would he even remember what to tell her?
The charges stem from Hunter lying on a federal ATF form in order to buy the gun. He checked the box that said he did not use illegal drugs. Prosecutors plan to use portions of his book and laptop, including photos, to convince a jury that the first son is guilty of making false statements on a federal form when he purchased a revolver in 2018 while actively using narcotics. Biden has pleaded not guilty to the charges. By the way, he got kicked out of the Navy for using drugs.
Well, that's a big shock.
Judge Mary Ellen Norica said special counsel David Weiss must show Hunter Biden was addicted to drugs, but not necessarily using drugs the day he purchased the gun. Some of the evidence prosecutors wish to bring forward may be relevant to the case, including purported drug purchases, ATM withdrawals, and the purchase of the revolver. Hunter Biden's lawyers said other details, like references to money allegedly spent on adult entertainment, online chat rooms, or escort services, are not relevant to the charges. They say those salacious details could prejudice the jury. Also, Miss Hallie Biden, how did that gun get into that trash can near that school?
Good point.
She found the gun and put it there. She threw it away.
Just got to prove it.
Fingerprints are a marvelous thing, aren't they?
It's true.
My, what a tangled web we weave when at first we decide we're going to try to deceive. That trial is going to be interesting. It's going to be overshadowed, of course, by the Trump trial ongoing, because they start discussions today. Their addresses, their summations. I don't know who goes first in New York, prosecutor or defense. They'll both have their times to stand up. What can they say? They did not have many witnesses. There was a lot of so-called evidence presented. How much of that is really relevant to the case? Those are the questions that the jurors will have to ask themselves.
It's either going to be a hung or an acquittal, because I don't see where all 12 jurors are going to find him guilty without a doubt. Because look at your witnesses,
Depends
like
upon
you
what
said.
the charge, the judge charges the jury. You can find him guilty, not guilty, or you can find him guilty of some of these charges or none of these charges, or what you can do that.
I think both of you two are putting too much common sense into how this whole proceeding is ran. That judge is very clear, doesn't think like a normal judge would.
Right. But does a jury see that?
Look, it's New York. No.
It only takes one.
I'm telling you right now, I fully believe he will be convicted. It's sadly, I think his whole thing is a crock and a waste of time, money.
Convicted of all charges.
I don't know. I mean,
well, there's 34 charges.
Yeah, whatever one. I don't think it'll be all. I mean,
that's what I said to begin with.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If he gets a conviction, this is about to be June. No way he'll be able to be on the ballot.
Yeah,
Why?
he can.
Yes,
Why?
He can. None of these charges are preemptive to keeping him off the ballot.
See, I thought I heard that they were.
Nope. You must have read it on the internet.
No, I heard it on TV actually.
Well, same thing.
I know it's not going to stop him from running. It's just this whole thing. Oh, and he's still got 2 other trials, which won't go until after the election anyway. But this whole thing
And
was to
if he's
discredit
elected,
him.
then he will not have to face
Yeah.
those charges until after his term.
I
if at all.
just,
Well, then that makes a good point. But I mean, once again, y'all are putting way too much faith in this judge who has shown incredible bias
I'm
from the
showing-
get go, down to his choice of
I'm
words.
showing no faith in the judge.
But that judge is awful.
I'm showing a bit of contempt from the jurors. I will bet you that I would love to be that fly ball in
Yeah.
that jury room.
But you got to understand,
Yeah.
if you've got somebody that goes in there with a automatic dislike of Donald Trump,
About half of them do.
and
Just give them that right up
but
front.
as human beings, it is sometimes difficult to put aside
Mhm.
your dislike for somebody. I mean, I don't think some of them will have that ability.
How did you ever get seated
Well, I
on
think
a
we're-
jury?
I think we'll
People
know by
lie
the
to
end
get
of
on
the day.
there. Who are you kidding? I know
So
somebody
you-
that has lied on a jury to get on a
Did
jury.
you lie
before.
to get on a jury?
Me, I tried to get off the jury.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Told you what I
That kept
do.
me anyway.
I don't know, but
But then
they
you
have
had
to
common
In
find
sense.
spite
him.
of your built-in bias?
Huh?
In spite of your built-in
I didn't have a
bias?
built-in bias at the time.
Well, I
Okay.
think they have to find him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and there's a lot of doubt in this
Once
trial.
again,
I mean, when Cohen testified that he stole $60,000 from
Created a
Trump,
lot of
you know,
concern
that
from the jury.
that right there to me was icing on the cake as far as his credibility. So it's going to be very interesting.
You
I
know,
very
you
interesting.
can't give a lot of credibility to a born-again liar, okay? The
Yeah.
jurors know that.
oh,
Okay, so
Cohen
that's
is,
just one.
and he
Then-
came across as
Then,
sleazy.
then to the porn queen,
Yeah.
how do you give her any credibility? She lied when she said she did not have sex with him, or she lied when she said she did have sex with him. Which is it?
Mhm.
So what else do they have in this case?
I hear you. I am agreeing with you. I am simply
He is
saying
guilty, Your Honor, of being a sleazeball. Well, yeah, okay.
proven that he ordered the money to be
I have
paid.
not, and you read it again, you'll find out there's not
Okay.
a whole lot of, there's,
It's so much
He-
conjecture.
he paid Cohen.
Yeah.
He told Cohen to, when all of the let me give you a little bit of a timeline there before, weather's gonna be late, y'all. Here's
having the weather.
the way some of this stuff went down. She said, if you don't give me some money,
Mhm.
I'm gonna write a book or whatever, however the threat was.
There was an interview, but yes.
Either way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell all.
hmm
So Trump says, you know, that's another, I can hear it. That's another bunch of BS. Michael, handle it. And that's what Michael told him. He said, handle it.
hmm
He didn't say pay the lady. He said, handle it.
Well, that could have meant kill her off, but I'm just saying.
So she turned up dead. That'd been one thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no.
let's
Would
remember
Trump have
something
been,
too.
hold up. Would Trump have been charged with murder if Cohen had gone out there and killed her? If he had said, handle it, and Cohen chose to kill her, would he have been charged with murder? No.
Mm-mm.
So if he said,
You
handle
say
it,
that.
if he said,
However,
handle it,
hmm
and Cohen decides, I'm going to take out another mortgage on my home and pay her $130,000 to keep her mouth shut, and I ain't going to tell my old lady about it.
and that's the biggest
See,
thing of
There's way
anybody.
too much here that a jury is going to have to deliberate about.
What human would ever take a second mortgage out to pay anybody
So I
else's
said the
bills?
other day, why would you do that?
Why in the world would you have
$130,000?
ever thought that?
You're not the wife of the lawyer of Donald Trump.
Well, let me tell you something. Had I been the wife of the lawyer of Donald Trump, I can promise you he would not have been taking a $130,000 second mortgage out on the house. Would not have happened.
He
If
got
that
good
mortgage-
interest off of it. He got another $60,000.
Well, yeah, more than that. He got $420,000.
True. True. Very true.
And the other thing is, this whole event took place in like 2006. Okay.
Well,
The hush.
The
so-called,
sex or the
if,
whatever,
if,
the
if, it actually,
meetings,
if it occurred, it occurred in
the hotel
2006.
room issue took place in 2006.
Well, you know, and Trump says the whole thing and the whole payment to hush her was based on the fact of not bringing embarrassment to his family.
Mhm.
You know, which I can understand.
Well,
It's just too much reasonable doubt for me.
As wealthy as he was from 2006 prior to ever trying to run, she would have had a better chance of trying to extort money out of him during that time
Exactly.
rather than waiting until right when he was getting ready to start running for president.
Well,
he had more money then
You
than he
just
did.
answered it.
He would have said, I've already paid you once.
Mhm.
Now, if you keep this up, I'm
Yeah,
going to
I bought
bring
you dinner.
I'm going to bring charges against you.
Yeah.
I say, I bought you
Because that would
dinner.
have been extortion.
Yeah.
And you got a hotel robe out of it.
It's still extortion. But,
I think it is
you know.
too,
Yes.
but he never, she was never charged with that.
Okay, severe weather time. Severe weather tip is
Okay.
brought to you by John Stars Electric. We do everything we can in this country to warn people as far in advance as humanly possible of approaching or developing severe weather. Weather systems that produce severe storms that have deadly consequences happen hundreds or thousands of times every year across the country. Just because they have the potential to result in death and extensive damage does not always mean it will happen. Nevertheless, NOAA will put out the alerts about that possibility. That's when you should be ready to implement your emergency action plan. What plan, you say? If you have one and you don't, you better develop one. You will be able to, should the National Weather Service send out the message that there is an active tornado that has formed from a thunderstorm, you will know exactly what action you should be taking. Having the plan and paying attention to the alerts leading up to a tornado on the ground, take cover immediately, can mean the difference between life and death. NOAA and the National Weather Service websites will offer suggestions about what steps you should have in your plan. Pay attention. Develop a plan that will work for you and your family. Share that plan with all members of your family. In the event the alert is issued, you may be separated from family members, and they should be able to put the plan into action as well. As we heard over the weekend and again this morning, more than 100,000 homes in Texas were without power following a series of tornadoes, 20 of them, that struck several states Sunday. 2 days later, a large number of those homes are still without electricity. This is the time you should be talking with John Stars Electric about getting a standby Generac generator. You never know when we're going to have to deal not only with the storm itself, but the hours, days, or even weeks without electrical service. It's time to power up your life with the John Stars Generac generator. First step is to call for an appointment and a low pressure assessment, 910-989-1908. That's John Stars Electric. We'll be right back with your weather outlook in just a couple of minutes.
7.1 WSME.
Is your phone plan messing with your savings plan? Don't get stuck paying for things you don't want. With Verizon, you only pay for what you need. And for a limited time, when you bring your own phones to a Verizon store, you'll get an amazing price on your plan. Plus, you'll save on things you actually love, like the Netflix and Max with Ads bundle. And it's on our award-winning 5G network. Bring your phones to your Verizon store today for an incredible deal. A better plan to save is Verizon. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Discover, this is Daniela.
Hi, it's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to thank you for making me feel so special. I earned cash back on debit for my dinner party groceries.
That's great. But with Discover Cashback Debit, we give everyone cash back on everyday purchases. Anything else I can help you with?
Do you like asparagus and mushroom sorbet? I've got leftovers.
Introducing Discover Cashback Debit, a checking account with cash back. It pays to Discover. Eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Orbit Avenue in Swansboro.
When it comes to paint supplies, whether a contractor or homeowner, since 1957, people have depended on Jacksonville's premier paint store, CNS Paint, for all their paint, painting supplies, and accessories, as well as providing expert knowledge and helping with a particular paint project. CNS Paint, with locations in Jacksonville at 6 North Avenue, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, and 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City. CNS Paint is close and convenient to cover the Crystal Coast with quality PPG paint for any project, residential or commercial. Color is often the first impression of a home or community. PPG's team designers experienced in both new home construction and residential repaint have compiled over 2,000 color schemes to provide you with a selection that appeals to homeowners. A beautiful and lasting paint job starts with quality PPG paint. For more information, phone 910-455-0210 or visit CNS Paint, 6 Stars Avenue, Jacksonville, 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point, or 105 Wayne Drive in Morehead City, or online, cspaintcenter.com. CNS Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Drs. Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
Your marine weather forecast is brought to you by Community Prevention Services right here in Jacksonville. We know that most everyone will have ups and downs, times that clinical folks will often describe as depression. It's a word that's passed around a lot these days. A bad day at school, or a bad day at work, a day when it seems that everything you start to do turns out all wrong. Sometimes after a couple failures at the same project, you just throw up your hands and give up. Might actually be the best thing to do at times, as long as you get back on the horse sooner than later. But feeling sad for a long time without a specific reason can be a sign of something more serious, like depression. You really need to recognize the difference: short-lived sadness and feelings that don't go away. The depression, feelings of despair that won't go away, feelings that there's nothing you can do that's right, might be the time to reach out for help. In this area, you can seek counseling assistance at Community Prevention Services. A team of trained counselors is available to help you work through anxieties and depression. Sometimes our environment can be the problem. Your job, your boss, a domestic situation. There are things that counselors can offer that relief you need in coping. Community Prevention Services is conveniently located 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jayville. Might be the perfect time to make an appointment for a consultation. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, winds out of the southwest 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, 3-foot waves from the south every 7 seconds. A pretty decent day. Sound and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow, northwesterly winds 5 to 10, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon, seas 2 to 3, 3-foot waves from the southeast every 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers only a light chop. Thursday, northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming westerly 5 to 10 in the afternoon, 2 to 3 footers. And sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 88. It could be gusty at times with winds as high as 16 miles an hour, and there's a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms after 2 o'clock. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 65. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 88. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 64. And on Thursday, sunny, high of 84.
You know, yesterday, we'll talk real fast about the NOAA radios again, NOAA weather radios. I was getting alerts before we were seeing a lot of storm and stuff like that happening in the area. At one time, I was getting alerts and the sky was as blue as it is right now. But the wind was kicking up, whipping around. I checked radar. It wasn't very far from here where the rain, the severe rain, storm was happening. So it can happen. It could have happened right here in just a few minutes. That's the way things are. Got a special guest in the studio this morning. We're going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. Cooking.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
Royce Bennett. Oslo County Commissioner, but also with the Salvation Army, you're board of chairman, right?
I'm the chairman of the board. Yeah.
Chairman is for you and Frank Sinatra.
Right. Yeah, the good thing about talking about weather and Salvation Army is the day after the storm passes, the Salvation Army will be there to help.
Yep.
You know, where whatever the weather is, we're ready to be out there helping people with food, clothing, and housing immediately. You know, while the federal government decides how much money they're going to allocate to FEMA and the state decides how much of it they're going to send to Onslow County. The Salvation Army will be there right now to help folks. So
they count a lot on people like us. The bell ringers over Christmas time. I have no idea how many times I rang their bell this past Christmas, because every time I went through that line, I graciously didn't try to duck them, go out one of those doors that there and, that you can slide out through the side entrance or something. No, I didn't do that. Didn't want to do that.
We certainly appreciate that. That is our biggest annual fundraiser, is the Kettle Campaign, and that's what people recognize the Salvation Army for. But we have another now, our second annual Men Who Cook fundraiser, and that's it was a lot of fun last year.
It was a blast. I thought long and hard about what I was going to do, and I wanted to do something different because, you know, a lot of people will do the same thing because they're good at this one little thing or whatever. So I tried something new that I had never done before.
So yeah, Men Who Cook is scheduled for September the 14th this year, from 5 to 7, and we're looking for 18 cooks this time. I think we had 10 last time.
Last year you had 10.
Last year, so we're looking to almost double it to 18 cooks.
Double your pleasure, double your appetite. Bring it on.
Yeah, that'll be 18 different dishes. You'll have an opportunity to sample. We're going to be out at the Eastern Regional Skills Center this year.
Oh, really?
Out on Northwest Corridor Boulevard. It's 261 Northwest Corridor Boulevard. You know, they have a culinary class there. They have a full kitchen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
A cafeteria.
Can I use the kitchen?
We can use the kitchen, but we can't use it to cook dishes. The dishes have to come in cooked.
Yeah, the fire department would have to be on standby.
We'll have an opportunity to provide some electric this year that we didn't have last year.
Oh, good.
In a limited supply opportunities. And it'll be we're going to have more room. We're hoping to have to double our attendance. We were at right about 100 last year.
Yeah. We were all we were all required to have at least enough for servings for a certain amount for 100 people.
Right. And we're hoping to have 200 this year.
Good. How about more than that?
So yeah, maybe we'll have more than that.
200?
200 people.
Yeah.
18 contestants.
Yeah,
that would be great.
18 contestants.
Rayford, are you planning your menu already?
That's a secret.
I'm asking you. I don't want to know what it is. Are you planning it?
It's our menu, Kelly, because we have been told we're helping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is a team effort, y'all.
That works.
Team. We're going in as a team.
Sous chefs, you know.
Okay.
We're going to get a little hat.
We may have to get you the I got some very large pots, and it'll take 2 or 3 grown men to carry them in. So maybe one of you can do it.
Okay.
Well, I've said that we call it Men Who Cook, but we do have female teams too. We're not discriminating against anybody that wants to come in and cook.
We're not going woke, are we?
No, not woke, but we're not gonna. Well,
they need to be back.
We'll just go on past that. Okay.
Yeah, let's go on past that.
And it's a great thing. But last year, dishes range from there were a number of chili dishes, which
chili.
I expected. And the thing is, with chili, there are no 2 people who cook chili alike.
That's right.
So like me, never cook chili twice the same ever in a row.
With me.
So I just make it up as go along.
So we had a mac and cheese dish.
Yep.
We had ribs. Ribs were good.
Good.
Yeah. Several casserole kind of things. I'm not sure what you call them.
There was plenty of food. There was a lot of food.
A lot of food. We got a lot of prizes. We're already collecting for door prizes, and
They had some marvelous door prizes last year, and
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
Some people won the basket for first place, and they also won a door prize. Well, the rest of us
Nice.
just sat there and ate the delicious food, but
It's okay.
winner takes all.
That's what you went there for, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yes.
That would be
You'll have
true.
an opportunity to vote for your favorite dish and for your favorite cook. A little bit different this year.
Really?
A little bit different. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see what we're gonna do about
What
that.
can we do, Kelly? What can
I
we
have a
do?
plan. We'll talk off the air.
Okay.
Have a plan.
All right.
Can I use the PA system?
Yeah, actually, we're thinking we're gonna give each of the cooks an opportunity to plug their dish during the event. Maybe like a minute or two to
That
say
would be
what you want to
interesting.
about your dish. Wouldn't that be cool?
Could I have a could I do it pre-recorded and just, add some all sorts of promotional stuff in there and gimmicks and whatever?
I know.
Sound effects?
I mean, I don't know that we'll be that sophisticated that we can.
Well, I've got a battery powered PA system now.
Okay.
Yeah.
See this going south.
I'll bring that sucker.
They
in
have
there.
a nice
Yeah.
PA system in the skill center.
We can bring our
that
own.
We're going to be able to use. So
Oh, good. Can you
Well-
direct me to wherever that thing is set up? I got wireless mics.
I do too.
We can,
We'll bring
we
them
can-
all.
I can tap into their
Yeah.
system.
yeah, what's cool about that
Take over.
if you hadn't been there is there's just a lot of space. We're going to have more space for our cooks and more eating space for our guests to be able to sit down and eat. It'll
I
be
like it.
it'll be a lot of fun.
Okay,
Yep.
now that's September the
September the 14th.
14th. Good.
Yep, from 5 to 7. It's a Saturday afternoon. We're gonna have just a little bit premature since I got this last minute invitation. I couldn't turn it down from Lee. We're hoping to have tickets out and have all the flyers and everything out in the next couple of weeks, in the 1st of June. So we'll be able to get out a whole lot more information in a few more weeks.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's coming fast.
Yeah, we need to push that thing really hard. I'd like to see that you have it will be great to have at least 200 people show up.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put live and local on it. We're already planning.
Okay.
We're winning this.
If I had a pointed head, that would be perfect, right?
What in the world
Delete
is
it.
this?
I see it.
Let's take a real quick break. You're live on Local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. You want to talk about men who cook? Give us a call, 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1.
Howdy, howdy, folks. Back again with this week's specials at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. It's time to gear up for Memorial Day, and nothing brings friends and family together like some good food. And we've got just what you need. Stop by and get you some fresh ground beef at $2.99 a pound. And you can't have burgers without fresh corn. We have white, yellow, or bicolor corn on the cob, as we call it, for just 39 cents an ear. Or grab you some Prairie Fresh pork spare ribs for $2.59 a pound. And don't forget to get a few fresh, whole, seedless watermelons for the kiddos at just $4.99 each. Stop by and get all of your Memorial Day essentials at a great price at the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Let's get piggy with it and honor those who have fought for our freedom. Land of the free because of the brave.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Flatwoods Outfitters, veteran owned and operated, located at 111 Second Amendment Lane, just off Highway 24 between Swansboro and Jacksonville and Hubert, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price for our freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th. Flatwoods Outfitters is the most complete sporting and firearm facility in Onslow County, right here in your backyard, complete with a shooting range and instruction. Flatwoods Outfitters carries all major brand names of shotguns, long guns, pistols, and ammunition to bag your limit for whatever game is in season, from dove to bear. Flatwoods Outfitters also takes pride in helping you protect your Second Amendment rights and urges you to learn how to safely handle any firearm for personal safety. At Flatwoods, you can sight in your scope and use your shooting or archery range. If you're interested in a concealed weapon permit, Flatwoods Outfitters can help with that also. So, whether you are a sportsman or concerned about personal safety, let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Flatwoods Outfitters assist you. For range hours, phone 910-353-7593. That's 910-353-7593 for range hours. Flatwoods Outfitters, 111 Second Amendment Lane, Hubert, where they aim to preserve our hunting and heritage, wildlife, and constitution. Flatwoods Outfitters, again, reminds you to remember those that didn't forget us and paid the ultimate price of freedom this Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Vacation season is here. That means fishing and fun. Make sure your car or truck is ready for the road with a visit to Battlefield Automotive, 1214 West Corporate Avenue in Swansboro. If engine light is on, you may be looking at an expensive repair bill down the road, complicated by extreme temperatures and an engine that's not prepared to handle it. The pros at Battlefield Automotive can check your battery, starter, and charging system, charge and repair air conditioning systems to keep you cool and tune up your engine. They do everything from oil changes to brakes, and they carry a complete line of accessories. Battlefield Automotive are experts in both domestic and foreign car and truck repair and guarantee all their work using only ASC certified mechanics. So, whether it's a battery, a simple hose, tune-up, or just getting your ride ready for a getaway, call 910-325-0828. Visit Battlefield Automotive today, 1214 West Corliss Road, in the friendly city by the sea in Swansboro. Again, for Battlefield Automotive, call 910-325-0828.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. We're still talking because this intrigues me. This Salvation Army men who cook. It did last year. Of course, I was roped into it last year by two other people that I won't name their names, Kelly and Lee. But they encouraged me, forced me. I think they actually signed me up without my knowledge, but that's beside the point. It was a fun event. It was a blast to get out there to do it. I like cooking, and I wanted to come up with something a little bit different. So, guys out there, last year I did crab bisque, just FYI. So, do you have any suggestions? Send them to us. Let me know what you would like me to cook, because I got to practice in advance. And that means these two individuals here and my wife will be the guinea pig, the source that we get to sample the food.
Well, we're doing so much more.
It's just $25 for a cooked dinner. Just $25 for the cooked dinner. And the tickets are only $10. We try to keep them.
That's good.
Try to keep them low enough so you can bring your wife and two kids and not
$10
break the bank.
$10 you'll get a full meal before you leave from there.
You sample everybody's thing, you're gonna be full.
Yes.
Yeah, the price categories are People's Choice and top 3 cook teams.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna get the People's Choice.
Yeah, sure.
What do you mean? What about the cooking part?
That's your part.
You need that too, don't you?
We're your backup, but you're the cooker.
Oh, you're gonna be the promotional guys.
We got this.
We'll
talk off the air.
Kelly and I've already drumming up ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got.
Anybody got a suggestion what you'd like me to cook?
Well, I think what you cooked last year was different than anybody else's, and it was so good.
I will say, I bet you money, some of the people that know what Rayford cooked last year are going to try to do that. So you need to not do that this year.
We need to up your game.
Up your game.
But if you want to try it, that recipe, that list of ingredients that I gave you last
But
year
I hear
was
you.
not all inclusive.
I understand what you're saying. I agree with you 100%. But I really do believe that some
You left
people are
out the
gonna,
gold flakes.
yeah, that some people are going to, they see what you made, so they're going to try something similar or whatever. So we're
try
going
to
to up your
copy-
game.
Don't
We
try
got
to
this.
copy
It was
anyone,
so
do something
good.
original.
I just wanted to wash my face in it. It
See,
was
I
so
did not.
good.
I did
Oh
not.
my God.
That's a little extreme.
I agree. What's happening right now?
I did not come out with something to copy anybody. As a matter of fact, I'd never.
Well, no, you did. You were you.
I
And
did
that's
it
what I
my,
want
my
you to
way,
be.
and I did. I had tried it 2 different times before that, just to see, and I refined it a little bit, even on the day of.
I want to know.
Clam chowder would
Yeah.
be good.
I want you to up your game.
I want to know, Royce, are you cooking this year?
No.
I don't think he
not?
can.
Well, I don't think that anybody wants my bologna.
Bologna sandwich.
Fried bologna.
Fried bologna is good now. I have
Fried
to say. Love
He
some fried
saves his
bologna.
bologna sandwiches,
Yeah.
bologna sandwiches for the county commissioners meeting. Right?
Yeah, there you go.
Fried bologna is
Yeah,
good.
like Kraft macaroni and cheese and fried bologna just ain't gonna get very far.
All right, we'll take a break. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high-back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway, is Jacksonville's oldest tire company. And now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want want it painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
And that was an interesting story off microphone there. And I think we can actually tell that. Particular, you're an old cop, a former cop, but police officer type. It's, and some of those habits, they never go away, do they?
I know it.
Yeah, you're on your way making a delivery yesterday to the memorial, right?
Yep, I was on the way to the Veterans Memorial, Veterans Cemetery for the Memorial Day ceremony, and I went by the Family Dollar there on 17, and the police were like swarming the place, and the one of the employees was out front. They were pointing down south on 17. Obviously they were looking for somebody, and the police were starting to run that way. So I drove down a few blocks, and as I went by on 17, I saw a guy running down one of the side streets, and I went to the next road and turned down there, and I got my phone out, put on the camera. So when I pulled up, but he was running between the buildings, and when I pulled up there, he was running right toward me. So I snapped a picture of him and called 911, and I told him where the guy was running. I went down the street and turned around and come back, and the guy had stopped in a line of trees, and he pulled off his shirt, and I think he had a hat. He pulled his hat off, and he had a book bag. He was carrying some kind of book bag. He left it in the trees, and he started walking back up toward 17.
Change clothes.
So when I came back toward 17, I saw him walking up toward 17, and I told the dispatcher that the guy was walking, that he changed clothes and he was walking toward 17. So they swarmed him, and they got a hold of him. I don't know what he did. But, I think that was the guy. They got him.
You got your good police award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job.
You need one of those little junior officer badges.
Yeah. They remind me of the old days.
Yeah, it's some things like that do happen from time to time, and you say, that kind of reminds me of the old days of not having to actually
Place at the right time and knew what to do.
Exactly. They never asked me for the picture. I guess they don't need it. But
well, they call him red-handed.
Yeah, if they need it, they know where to get me. So anyway,
hopefully they went back and got his bag.
Yeah, surely they did. I didn't stay around and get in their way. I went on and took care of my business.
County Commission stuff. You guys are approaching budget time.
We are. We have a workshop next week where we'll finally get a hold of the budget books, and we'll go through it with the management team.
Expecting any major surprises that you don't know about yet?
No. I'll be surprised if we get surprised.
So how big is the tax increase this year?
It's not going to be a tax increase. I'm sure I would have heard about it if they were going to have any kind of tax increase proposal. But yeah, that was obviously one of our goals is to hold the line on the tax rate. The counties we're growing. I mean, our population and our tax base is growing.
Right.
And as long as our tax base grows, our tax rate doesn't need to grow.
Correct. You get more taxes, but you don't have to do it with any higher increase in the tax rate.
Right.
Per
So
family.
I mean that's the whole point of economic development is to grow the tax base so we don't have to charge more, so we don't have to increase the tax rate.
Economic development looking all right.
Economic development is moving along. We have a new initiative where we're working on an economic development growth plan for the county. We've got a partnership again with. It looks like we're putting together a partnership with the county and the city and ONWASA and JOED to bring numerous entities together and do a study on economic development and what we need to do, where we can put new businesses and where we can't and how we can grow our business and industry economy, because again, houses tend to cost us more money than they earn in tax revenue. But businesses and industrial actually, is a gain for the county and helps us with our tax rates. So, if you think about a household, we're spending. Last year we spent $2,400 a piece for each of our school kids, and the taxes on a $200,000 house are what, $1,800 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So we cost us $4,800 to. And right, and
but then there are a lot of houses
18.
with no kids in school.
There are. So it works out, but typically, if one Walmart pays $100,000 in property taxes and costs us very little.
You haven't heard any word about Walmart closing anything here, have you?
Oh no, I haven't. I can't imagine that they would. We are going to get 5 Wawas, though. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
how about that?
We were reading it the other day.
And I see that North Carolina dodged a major bullet with the Red Lobsters. They got 4 in North Carolina that are closing, but Jacksonville is not one of those. So.
Yeah, that's good.
We don't need to lose any more businesses.
No, we don't need to lose any, and we're gaining. We've made a deal. Onwassa made a deal with Joed for the other 1,000 acres in Holly Ridge to get developed.
Is that Camp Davis
So
2?
That's
or
Camp Davis. I think that's phase 3.
Phase 3.
Right. That's phase 3. And that's going to develop into a whole community pretty much. It's going to include housing and infrastructure,
like a Mayfair type of operation.
Right.
I believe, it's not retail shopping.
And there's some developers that are currently interested in taking the whole 1,000 acres and making something nice out of it.
I hear a gun range is opening up shortly there in Holly Ridge.
That's coming. What I understand,
right on the border,
that's going to
right
be
on the edge
huge.
of
That's going to be a
good
huge range.
Good.
So we're just growing like crazy down there. Still, Freedom Way.
You're thinking of Freedom 97.1.
No, I'm thinking of Williamsburg Parkway, the city's Frontier Business Park. That's still working to develop, and so there's a lot of stuff happening
in Burton Park.
Burton Park is always
groundbreaking for a swimming pool. A couple of them.
Now we're again, we've got a study going right now with East Carolina development partnership or something to figure out what the best thing to do in Burton Park is.
Need to get that one off the ground.
We really need to get something going out there. I mean, I do think that the Trask land is going to be a big help once they can get building there. And they're still working to get tenants into, how, I don't know if you know how this business works, but you don't build a building unless you know who's going to be in it.
Right.
Unless you have tenants already.
Design the building around the types of people.
Right. And you got to have the leases to get the funding. So I mean, the bank doesn't lend you money just to build a spec building anymore. No. You got to have tenants there. So once they can get their tenants in place, they'll be building out there, and that's going to be a huge benefit.
All right, guys, get your cooking, get your aprons ready to rock and roll.
We're getting ours.
September 14th is the day we all gonna be cooking. Okay.
Yes,
so get ready for
That's right.
we're joining the competition.
All right,
Royce, thank you.
All right. It's good to see you guys.
Same here. Appreciate you
Thank you
coming
for
in, sir.
coming in and
Yeah.
catching us up to date.
All right.
We'll be rocking. We'll be
I'm gonna
planning.
I'm gonna hit you back up next month when we have all the literature out and the tickets available and
Okay,
everything.
good.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
good.
sounds like a
Very
winner.
good.
Thank you, guys.
You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Got to take a break, do a little bit of Fox News. We'll be right back.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. After a week of including a long holiday weekend, jurors at former President Trump's criminal hush money trial in New York returned to court for closing arguments today. Fox's Brooke Singman.
Judge Juan Merchan says he expects closing arguments to last all day. Then he'll instruct the jury on the law before sending them off to deliberate. The defense will deliver their closing arguments first, followed by the prosecution. Now, this is the reverse order of opening statements, and former President Trump says that's unfair. Quote, why is the corrupt government allowed to make the final argument in the case against me? Why can't the defense go last? Big advantage, very unfair.
The prosecutors generally get the last word in American courts. There are nearly 200,000 homes and businesses without power still out from weekend storms that have killed at least 23 people in 5 states. There's another severe storm threat in Texas today. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
And that was good. Good information from Royce, and lots of good fun there coming up, too.
My gosh, he's on so many boards. We can get the update on everything in Onslow County when he's in.
And I do like that Salvation Army Men Who Cook deal. That was a lot of fun last year. That was the premier.
They said
year.
last year they raised $4,000. They want to double that this year, so
Oh,
we
at
can help
least.
them double it.
Yeah, it should be easy to do, I would
Yes.
think. So you guys get out there. They're not going to limit it to 200 people coming in. And the idea is you can come in there between 5 and 7 o'clock. You don't have to stay there the whole time. You come in
Right.
at 5. You can eat until, 5:30, 6 o'clock. You can make your rounds in that length of time. And another
Take
batch
a break
can
and
come
go back
in.
and eat again.
There you go. More people can come in. So it's not like you have to be there for 2 hours. You just
Right.
come in, make your rounds, and leave.
Right.
That's good too. Get
I know.
what you need.
Let's start planning. You
Yeah.
decide what you're going to cook,
Yeah, I
and Kelly
gotta-
and I will bring up the rear.
Well, we gotta come up with something that I like uniqueness.
Yes.
I don't want something that everybody else is going to cook. So we'll think of a few little things. I don't know. It needs to be something that's fairly simple that's going to last, for a couple of hours too.
I'm sure
That's the
you're
whole
going to
thing.
come up with something good.
Yeah, we'll think of something, no doubt about it. So those guys out there in Gaza, members of the terrorist organization known as Hamas, decided it would be cool to open fire on Israel with rockets over the weekend.
Okay.
Kind of stupid when we thought there were talks of a ceasefire in progress. Don't forget all of the children who will not likely ever grow up protesting all of the bad things Israel has been doing. Remember, back in October, Hamas raided Israel, capturing and killing a lot of people. Israel retaliated, promising to kill all of the terrorists if they continued attacking. I guess the boys from Rafah did not understand a lot, especially if they thought Israel would not respond. Well, respond they did, with airstrikes. 2 key terrorist players and a host of civilians, too bad, the bad guys were using as human shields, died. Israeli Defense Forces sources confirmed that it struck a Hamas compound in Rafah in which significant Hamas terrorists were operating. I'm going to explain something to you. Y'all need to do a little studying on the IDF. These guys are tough. They were tough when they enlisted. They got tougher. The IDF, citing intelligence, said it indicated Hamas' use of the area, said it carried out the strike against legitimate targets under international law, and they killed them. You attack me, I kill you. It's as simple as that.
Agreed.
And Benjamin Netanyahu has said that. Now, who is it? The World Court or somebody has issued some kind
With
of
no
arrest,
jurisdiction.
Yeah, an arrest
Yeah.
warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu. Let them serve it.
Yeah.
If y'all got the brass to issue it, send your arrest team in.
They don't have an arrest.
Go
team.
ahead.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Mhm.
I will laugh my way all through it. Yeah. Duh. My.
I got a story for you. It goes
Shoot.
along what we've been talking about. It's what I've been saying all along. In Quantico, on May the 3rd, two Jordanians posing as Amazon delivery drivers were arrested trying to enter the base
I saw
in
that.
trucks. And a former Quantico staffer, he thinks this was a terror attack dry run because they didn't have anything in their trucks. Amazon says they don't drive for them. What is the interesting part about this? One of them was here on a student visa that had ran out, but the other one, big shock here, came across the border in April.
Yep.
Now, someone explained to me.
If y'all are not understanding how this whole thing is working,
Yeah. The odds of some dude here on a student visa meeting up with some guy who illegally came across the border in California, very slim to, and they hook up and all of a sudden
make their way all the way to Quantico.
yeah, in a box truck, no less. I mean, come
There's
on.
a line of communications out there we do not understand yet.
I'm telling you that, and I agree with what I've heard other people say, news media, on TV, and even locally. I've had a lot of even retired military clients who say the same thing. There's going to be a terror attack in the United States,
Not a whole
and
lot-
it's going to come
not a
from
lot of
people
doubt
that
about
came
it.
across that
Yeah,
border.
they've been saying that for months.
need to
now.
watch out for
We need to be
9/11,
on
need to
high
wa-
alert.
And
for
this is
Independence Day and 9/11.
This is scary.
Got a caller. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, it's Mike. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
All right. I just want to get y'all opinion on when Israel attacked the World Food Kitchen trucks. Their symbols displayed on the top. The missiles that they used were missile guided. So there could have been no mistake as far as when they attacked those trucks. Including one American was killed in that attack. On the open road, nobody was around. I mean, that was pretty terrible. They admitted that that was a mistake. In this last attack, they admitted yesterday that it was a terrible mistake. Either it was a terrible mistake or your intelligence was flawed.
So you're talking about Israel that said it was a mistake?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, they said it was a terrible mistake that, but as you said, that it was based on XYZ intelligence, but the place was a known safe zone, and they said it was a mistake. Looking at the pattern of these attacks, one could argue that, they're pushing their agenda for the one-state solution, and they're just indiscriminately killing people.
Where was this? You're going to have to refresh me. I may have read it, but that may have been over the weekend.
Yeah.
Where did this occur? In Gaza?
The World Food Kitchen, the World Food Kitchen attack occurred in Gaza maybe a month ago.
Okay. All right.
It was big news. Huge news. And the missiles they used were missile guided. So, and with satellite capabilities and such, there could have been no way they could have mistaken that from enemy fighters.
Okay, they said it was a mistake. I don't know how. I cannot comment on it because I don't know what was said. I don't know what occurred other than what you've told me. I remember hearing something about it. That was about it. That's a month ago.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Mhm.
Including one American that was in the convoy that got killed. And that pretty much stopped their participation as far as rendering aid to the region.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I look at the totality of certain attacks that's happening, and there's plenty more that's happened, you start to see a pattern, And
Do you see
quite concerning.
Do you see a pattern in the attacks on Israel when they launched, was it 300 missiles and rockets 2 weeks ago was that from Gaza?
It was from Gaza.
Gaza
Yeah.
into Israel. Do you see any patterns of that? Or how about the October
Yeah.
attacks in Israel?
Yes, I've seen that.
So if you had somebody
That's
launching
when-
300 rounds of ammo at your house, would you return fire?
I would.
I would set it back azimuth. I'm former military, so I would set it back azimuth and find out exact location, do my reconnaissance, and eliminated people that tend to attack,
Mm-hmm.
not just indiscriminately killing, the population that's around.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yes.
I think that, everyone is so quick to jump on the anti-Israel bandwagon, but I also wonder, why hasn't the backlash of what Hamas did back in October, what they did, and those they found that girl's body, by the way, that they had in the back of that truck this past weekend. Why not what we saw videos of what was happening? Why hasn't there been, the outcry about that? Is it simply because these were Israeli citizens and to people that it's not relevant? I'm asking a legitimate question.
I believe there is backlash to it. People are disgusted by it, but then the way we care about our wars and how we go in, and especially when we got the capabilities to be tactful and to eliminate the enemy with the least amount of civilian casualties. There are going to be civilian casualties, but you can do it in a way to where you can minimize it. The way that Israel's been going about it with the carpet bombings and such, where it's just indiscriminate, where it's just lobbing stuff. I mean, that is the point where people can look at it and be like, all right, could y'all done that better? Especially we got the capabilities and we're providing the bombs to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, yeah, but I mean, Israel, when you're in a war, and that's kind of what these people have been in for a very long time, they can, who are we to tell them how to conduct their warfare? Either side for that matter, but I'm just saying.
If we see that XYZ is going on where they're indiscriminately killing people, then why are we lending support? And that's a contention I have with the president. Something I don't agree with. We should have cut out support if you're seeing that they're just indiscriminately killing people. You can factually see that they're indiscriminately killing people.
But
and in real time, we always got people looking over the region. You can see what's happening. So, I mean.
Well, that's the same thing Hamas is doing, though. And they still haven't released all those hostages. Well, half of them are dead. I'd say about 90% of them are dead anyway.
They found 2 more.
Yeah.
That's when you go in and systematically kill them. I mean, you got to, basically, you just can't fly a plane over an area and just drop bombs out the back without a precise target, when the place is densely populated with millions of people. You're just asking for it, It's the way they're going about it. I'm not saying that, Hamas shouldn't be punished or nothing like that. They absolutely should be.
Mm-hmm.
But they do have the capabilities to systematically go after them, opposed to the way that they're doing now.
Well, I think Israel would take every one of them out personally, but that's just my opinion.
Well, Israel has promised to kill all of the fighters, all the Hamas.
I hope they do.
That's what they're.
I won't shed one tear over that. Not one.
I mean, they're terrorists, right?
Yes.
You agree that Hamas is terrorist, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
I do agree. I do agree. Hamas is terrorists.
What would you do with the terrorists?
Kill them all.
I eliminate them like I did when I was over there for 16 months in Iraq. I eliminate them.
Any mistaken in your unit? Any mistaken civilian casualties?
There was, but there was always a plan to minimize those civilian casualties.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that is getting lost in all this. You have to go in with a plan to minimize it and identify your targets.
Yeah. According to Benjamin Netanyahu's quote after the attack on the truck brigade, he said that the country's forces had unintentionally hit innocent people. And the IDF took full responsibility for doing it, saying it was the result of soldiers mistaking them for Hamas gunmen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think they've also resumed the World Food Bank thing. They have resumed World Central Kitchen, they call it, has resumed its operations.
Right. Yeah.
It was terrible when it happened. Terrible. I couldn't wrap my head around when it happened. I was like, how could you mistake that part?
I think somebody just messed up.
Well, it was a mess up. It's really a big time screw up.
Yeah,
absolutely,
I think they
no doubt
up.
about it.
Yeah.
I do. Think about these trucks. How were they? I do not understand. I don't know how these trucks were marked. Were they just normal
Oh, they're clearly marked. They got huge symbols on the top of the roofs, on the sides.
I'm just looking at one of them that looks like it's a Toyota something or another. Looks like a regular pickup truck. Hilux probably.
Even after they was wiped out, you can still see the symbols on the truck. You know, like the way that these missile systems work, they're man guided. So you have somebody basically like playing Xbox and they have a controller using like a UAV or something like that, and they're physically guiding the missiles into those trucks. That's the part that I'm concerned about. You know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And when you can clearly see the symbols, it's like.
It's a crying shame it happened. And
they did a deconflict. They did a deconflict with the Israeli government prior to, so they knew they was there.
They did a what? A pre-conflict?
They did a deconflict.
A deconflict.
When you operate in the area, and you let them know that hey, we're operating in the area.
Okay.
And they was riding along, and they still got them. I was like, what the world was going on?
Yeah, I understand. All right, Mike, appreciate it, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
You have a good one. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back with your outlook on weather.
WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Associates Family Dentistry.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and pay top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
The marine weather is brought to you by Community Prevention Services. We know that most everyone will have times that clinical folks will often describe as depression. It's a word that's passed around a lot. A bad day of school or work, a day when it seems that everything you start turns out all wrong. Feeling sad for a long time without a specific reason can be a sign of something more serious, maybe like depression. You really need to recognize the difference between short-lived sadness and feelings that just don't go away. Depression, feelings of despair that don't go away, feelings that there's nothing you can do that's right. It's time to reach out for help. Is that the way you would look at it?
Yes.
Just, sometimes we all have some bouts with depression or anxiety or whatever. You get mad, you feel like your boss is mad at you all the time, or that you can't do anything right. I mean, even if you get out there in your garden and you start pulling weeds and you pull up plants instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Time to start doing it right away, right?
Right.
Because you may be having some problems.
Right.
You may just be mad
Mm-hmm.
for a good reason, but it might be just mad. That doesn't mean you're depressed.
No.
That just means you're having a moment.
Look, people get mad.
They have a moment.
I get mad.
No kidding. You
So-
should see her during the break. But But if there's something
Not
that
true.
you wake up in the morning and you just dread,
Mm-hmm.
you look forward to the day and say, "Ugh, I don't want to do this."
Mm-hmm.
Can I have some excuse to call in sick? Any excuse.
Yeah.
That could be a sign of depression.
It could be.
What do you do?
You need to talk to somebody.
Yep. Community Prevention Services is one of those somebodies you can talk to. Conveniently located at 918 Henderson Drive, right here in Jacksonville. They have a staff on duty willing to help you, and they don't judge you. Duh. Think about it. They do not render any judgment decisions on you. They just help you work through your problems. Might be the perfect time to make an appointment for a consultation. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, winds out of the southwest 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, 3-foot waves from the south every 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop. Tomorrow, northwesterly winds 5 to 10, becoming southwesterly in the afternoon, seas 2 to 3 feet, 3-foot waves from the southeast. Tomorrow, every 10 seconds, pretty good day. Sounds and rivers a light chop. Northerly winds on Thursday, 10 to 15 knots, becoming westerly 5 to 10 in the afternoon. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 88. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 65. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 88. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 64. And on Thursday, sunny, high of 84.
I got one of them shame stories.
Okay.
If this is true,
Okay.
shame, and more shame.
Oh,
Officials at Alaska's famed Denali National Park are taking heat after there were claims that construction crews at the park were told not to fly the American flag. Senator Dan Sullivan, he's a Republican out of Alaska, penned a letter to National Park Service Director Charles Sams demanding an explanation for the actions of officials at Denali National Park, noting that the demand for the bridge construction crew to remove the flag was made on the eve of Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, tell me not.
Well, yesterday, I saw that story on the news.
Mm-hmm.
The Park Service is claiming they never said that, but I don't know. But I think maybe they caved to backlash.
Mm-hmm.
And
But here's the part that I do a shame. If this is
Mhm.
true, I open it up. If this is true,
correct.
The claim appears to have originated in a report by the Alaska Watchman, a local conservative news outlet that cited an anonymous construction worker at the park. It could be true. It could not be true.
Maybe the construction worker just said it, so you're not
Could
putting this
very
flag
well
up
be.
here. Yeah.
That's where I'm glad that I had this whole thing here, because
Yeah.
I'm not going to blame the park.
Mhm.
The senator should not blame the park. He should ask the questions, absolutely, and then get a response.
Mhm.
And hopefully it wasn't anything to do with the park. If
I
it
agree.
was, heads should roll.
I agree. I totally agree with that. Well, let me tell you about this. I don't know if sad's the right word. In Fayetteville, Sunday night, this was, yeah, today's Tuesday. Yeah, so I hate Monday holidays. Sunday night, a pickup truck ran off the road. The guy overcorrected, lost control, and crashed into a garage of a house. Now, the house is only 18 months old. The car was new in the garage.
Oh, no.
I mean, it's not anymore. But, yep. And they said, and the Highway Patrol says they don't expect alcohol to be a factor. Just, I don't know if the guy just
ran off the road.
Yeah, he ran off the road. I think
Overcorrected.
he corrected too hard. And the American Red Cross had to come in because the house sustained structural damage because he tore his. Oh man! And the car was only, right around a month old. They've only had this car a
Oh,
month.
my.
Yeah, it's very sad.
It's
Still a lot
sad.
of money.
Now, folks, you're going to run off the road from time to time. There's no doubt about it. And with that pavement,
But you can't jerk.
it's a little higher than the shoulder, which
Yeah.
it could be an inch or so.
Mhm.
And especially if you got one of these little cars, small cars, and you run off and you try to jerk that thing back on the road running 50, 60 miles an hour, you're going to have a problem.
Well, this
You
guy
can-
was driving a pickup truck.
You can overcorrect. You can cross over into the oncoming lane, which often happens on a regular basis. Then you
Mhm.
have a head on,
Yeah.
or you can end up on the other side of the road. You can roll over. That drop off is enough when you try to jerk it back on at that speed. When you run off the road, there's a thing called brakes. Slowly depress them a little bit at a time until you get slow enough that you can control that vehicle and get it back on the road.
And I was wondering how this happened. Like,
People
He just
jerk reaction. It's a reaction thing.
why didn't he hit the brake?
Well, house on Gulf Branch Road that got hit is
Yeah.
still boarded up.
Yeah.
It's not fixed yet. And what's unusual about it is that vehicle didn't come from across the road. I mean, there's no street across from the house or anything.
They
It was just
ran off and
just ran off the road and right into the house.
Hmm.
It's still boarded up.
Oh, those things happen, and it's unfortunate. But
It's
drivers,
sad. Yeah.
sometimes drivers will, oh my God, I dropped my. You've reached
I
down.
went somebody reached down and
leave
did
it
They do that
there.
on a regular
I
occasion.
agree.
Well, it is so easy to sit here and say, just take your foot off the
Yeah, I know.
gas. And because most people have a tendency just to get scared at the same time and jerk.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just something you have to put into your mind.
Mhm.
Well, first be alert. Sometimes things happen where you do have to take the shoulder.
They do. And
Somebody coming at you from
you
the
may,
road.
you may have to avoid something like
That's
a deer
right.
or whatever.
That's right. Yes.
Slow down.
Because I had found myself in the past where I jerked and then, but I try to think real quick, slow down,
Mhm.
just, don't jerk and ease yourself back on.
Yeah, because when you pull it back to the left and you have to hit that lump
Yes.
going up, it's
Yeah.
even worse than
Yeah.
going down.
It's nice that they're redoing Gum Branch right now where they're actually adding some shoulder to the road.
So give more room for people to run off the road.
Now, let me chalk this up to something you just don't do. Okay. And maybe it's just me. So this teenager in Arizona was chilling in their cabin in Alpine, wherever that is, Arizona. And a bear came through the front door and attacked him. I mean, he's just watching
I'm sorry,
TV.
was the bear open?
Yeah.
Did
They
he knock
had
on
the
the door?
front door open.
Okay.
Now, okay, if I lived in the mountains,
Well,
let me
there's nice cool air coming in. You would
get
want
some
that, wouldn't you?
AC or open your window. What you don't do is leave your door open.
Did they have bear steak for dinner?
I don't. They tore this kid up. Oh, his face is all tore up.
Oh my!
Yeah, they had to call 911, and
That was a hungry bear.
Yeah.
Was it Yogi?
They caught. It was a. They got the bear. They killed him. Oh, what is happening? Arizona Game and Fish Department, like Wildlife, came and they located. And he was 3 years old, and they're going to test his carcass for disease. That's sad. Why? He might have been hungry, but hello, the door was open. Shouldn't have killed the bear. But anyway, also don't watch TV with your door open.
What was on TV?
He was watching YouTube. Didn't say.
Maybe it was the Grizzly Adams.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
It looks like I think it.
Let's talk about it. Well, I've got an exciting story.
Well, we got a caller
flight.
first.
Yes, take the caller.
Good morning.
first.
Who's this?
Hey, it's Whitney.
Hey, Whitney. What's up?
Not much. Heard y'all talk about car accidents, and that's my thing. So I love that. But I also, it wanted me to, when y'all mentioned the house getting hit on Gum Branch, obviously, like, a lot of people have homeowners insurance, but I just kind of wanted to throw the tidbit that with the prices of new cars skyrocketing and everything these days, and the minimum insurance requirements for driving and being an insured driver, they're not mathing up with each other. And so that's why everybody needs to check their policy to make sure that they're paying for uninsured and underinsured.
Good advice.
Even if you don't have full coverage on the vehicle, just for the sole fact that, you know, if you go out and you rear end somebody in that car because of you rear ends the person in front of you, a lot of people are, the insurance companies are not being able to pay for it because they have a $25,000 minimum. But if you total a brand new Hyundai, you're already at $35,000. So that's kind of like what we're seeing a lot of right now is the underinsured.
Here's what occurs then when the victim, the guy in the front, the whatever vehicle was was hit, when they don't get the settlement, then they have to slightly come pay out of pocket. Their insurance company will kick in, but their insurance company will sue the driver of the other vehicle. They will collect.
Correct. But you have to have the uninsured, underinsured part.
Right.
So if you just have, you know, your beater that you just keep liability on and you drop the full coverage plus some people will carry liability coverage with underinsured and uninsured. But we've seen a lot of people cutting costs on insurance side just because, you know, money and how the economy is currently right now, and people are getting wrecked and just having to suck it up and deal with it on their side for something that they didn't even do. Which totally is not fair.
No.
But I mean, you can try to, you know, go after the person and try to sue them, but you know, if they don't have money, then you're not really going to go nowhere.
That's true too.
That's absolutely true. And they probably have a $400 one of they call those Rex that they bought somewhere.
Yeah, somebody's junkyard.
Yeah, junkyard,
Yeah.
and they have about a $400 car, so you've got nothing to get.
Right.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Well, we've got a state insurance commissioner on Friday. That'll be one of the
Yes.
questions we can pose to him.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
we'll write that down, Whitney. Hey, Whitney, how's the electric vehicle towing going?
It's going. We've been pretty fortunate to not have anything too crazy lately, but it is a thing. We are in the works of doing when you get into an accident with like the police department or highway patrol. If you don't have a company that you specifically use or specifically request, they will call the next on rotation because they have a rotation list of vetted drivers for background checks, driving records, that sort of thing. And they want to make sure those companies that they call out are fully insured and stuff like that. But with the EV status, we've kind of brought to their attention that there is a lot more involved in that. And some people don't have the training, and I'd hate for them to get hurt. So we are in the works of doing some sort of extra rotation list for an EV, so that way when dispatch
That's
calls,
smart.
they can call the appropriate
Right.
company to go out there and clean it up. So that is something that's going on. But like everything, it's a work in progress and takes time. But we have gotten everybody talking about it, so that's half the battle right there.
Have you run into any wreck calls about vehicles that drive themselves, those
Ugh.
self-steering vehicles that are caused by the self-steering mechanism going haywire?
So no, but there's a lot of states that still don't allow for that. For full self-driving.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of states don't fully. I don't believe North Carolina's passed anything yet. I'm still probably sure that we're probably against it. You have to have a person there. You can't be napping while you're taking a road trip. As luxurious as that seems, but yeah, it's just more so like the insurance side. There not being enough insurance. We had a claim that happened in Swansboro. It was a domino effect with 3 cars. But once you get to that, 25,000 and it's over. You got to start going through your own policy. But then the people don't have anything on their own policy. So if you have liability, just make sure that you do have the uninsured, underinsured. If you're just going to do liability on your own car, or honestly, with the amount of money that it really takes to fully insure a car, especially an older car, it's kind of worth it just to do it as kind of like a savings account,
Yeah,
Just total it out. You'll get a little bit of a payout as opposed to having absolutely nothing.
yeah, I understand that. I totally agree with that. And I know we've got it. I would be
'cause
scared to
even-
death.
Even if a car, a lot of people have homeowners insurance. There's probably more people that don't have homeowners insurance than do, that do have homeowners insurance than don't, just because everybody's still paying on their house.
Yes, most people are.
Right, but here, if you get a house that you inherit, or it was your mother's house, your parents passed away or whatnot, it's still beneficial because, again, $25,000 to fix a car going through a house is nothing.
Yeah.
That when it comes down to it, especially, I'm not sure which one y'all were talking about. The one on Gum Branch, if it was the one the truck hit or the one the car hit in the curve.
You mean there's more than one?
It's not
Yeah,
a curve.
there's a couple.
The moral of the story: don't live on Gum Branch Road.
It's the one right next to Cardinal Lounge, Whitney, across the back end of Jacksonville High School. It's not a curve there. That's why when I went, I'd be going by and I'm like, how do they do this? I don't know.
Yeah, I told the one that was that brick house just past Lowe's Foods. It was before they go to a 2-lane.
Yes.
On the left, the car had gone through the carport and hit 2 parked cars.
Oh wow!
So there was a car in the carport and a car beside the carport, and the car went off the road. He had some sort of medical emergency. I don't know if it was fully deemed that or not, but I know in North Carolina, if it is deemed a medical emergency, like a stroke, a heart attack, a seizure, something along those lines, you're not even really responsible for it. So, if that was the case, then that could be why the house has not been fixed yet, because they're trying to figure out insurance stuff, because insurance won't pay out on a medical emergency. If it's a true medical emergency, it has to be proven, though.
Wow. Okay. Wasn't aware of that. I have to double check that one.
Yeah, you can't just veer off. But that's what I'm saying. If someone, has a stroke behind you and hits your hoopty, and you ain't got no coverage, you're kind of left with a, sorry, bud, it happens.
Well, we got to check on that one too. Okay.
Yeah.
The one question of the day: did Charles catch any fish Sunday?
He did. He
Oh.
did.
Nice.
Yeah, they got a big old fat grouper.
Mm.
Nice.
And I know he can cook it too, because I've eaten some of his food.
Yeah, so we're gonna be eating some good food.
There you go.
Byron out there, he does pretty good. He says he doesn't go fishing with Byron. He goes catching.
There you go. That's the point. All right, Whitney, thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks, Whitney.
All right, you too.
You
All right,
stay
you take
safe.
care. Let's take a break. You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Onslow County, this is your Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in remembering those that gave their all to preserve our most prized possession, our freedom, this Memorial Day, May 27th. If you are looking to purchase a pre-owned car, truck, or SUV without the high pressure, Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, may be the dealership for you. At Onslow County Motor Company, they want to help you buy a car, truck, or SUV, not just sell you one. Buying a car, truck, or SUV should be enjoyable, and the folks at Onslow County Motor Company will do their best in making your car buying experience fun and relaxed. Check out their inventory online at ocmc.us or visit them at 1639 Lejeune Boulevard. All vehicles are hand selected and a standard warranty comes with most vehicles, with extended warranties available, and Carfax is free. Stop by and visit Ben, Brandon, Travis, or Terry. They will gladly answer all your questions about a particular model. Financing? Well, Zeke will finance most anybody. Great selection, great people. Onslow County Motor Company, 1639 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, where customers send their friends. Phone 910-355-7066. Onslow County Motor Company asks you to join them in honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice this Memorial Day, May 27th.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement, parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay. We got to go back to Trump thing for just a minute. The trial should be resuming in about 45 minutes here in New York. This is the trial where Donald Trump is charged with falsifying business records 34 times or something, and as part of a so-called payout hush money to a porn queen who says and then says she didn't say, and then she says, and whatever, back and forth, that she was going to do a tell-all interview or some kind of an article or whatever, saying that she had sex with Donald Trump. She denied it, then said, yes, it's true, then denied it, and we don't know where she is now. It's Monday, so who knows? Tuesday. But the judge today, he did not rule last Monday on that motion to dismiss. He has not yet ruled on that.
I thought he did.
Nope.
I thought he did on Friday. I
don't think so.
I thought he did.
But doesn't he have to rule in open court? Court was dismissed after the.
I thought I remembered
hearing
seeing the
last Monday.
story. Now, whether it was true or not,
So-
you know how that goes.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know. The latest information that I found here is that he has still not announced his decision on that
Okay.
dismissal motion. But I don't know.
Right.
Maybe he did. Either way, the jurors
I'm
are
sure you're
expected to
right.
be back in here, back in court this morning, and court's supposed to resume about 9:30. And if he rules on it, if he has not ruled on it, and he rules on it and says, I'm not going to dismiss the charges, this will go to the jury, and jury, we will listen now to the closing arguments, the summations from the prosecution and from the defense. I don't know who goes first in New York. But anyway, that can't take a long time. Honestly, not that of all that 6 weeks or so of testimony and whatever, not a whole lot of substance came out that wasn't repetitive. So what's he going to do? The prosecution going to repeat everything that was said? And is I assume the defense will say, well, everything that person said, we have refuted by this and this and this and this and this and yada, yada, Your Honor. It doesn't make any sense. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I suggest you come back with a not guilty verdict.
All right. I'm confusing with the document trial.
Okay.
So
that's
you're right.
different. Okay.
You're right.
Yeah, he has not ruled on this one.
Right.
So that should be his first order of business. Otherwise, I don't see how they can continue. There's a motion on the floor, in front of the court.
I would think he would have to address that first.
Anyway, that's we'll see how that goes. But it should be an interesting. It's too bad, and I'm agreeing with some other folks that this should have been. It's a state case. It could have been televised. This should have been televised, so that the people could see what
Right.
actually is going on.
Right.
It's not just for the jury; it's for the rest of us to be able to see
I
what
would
is
have
going
liked to
on.
have watched it.
Well, I'm sure it would have been a pay-per-view option for sure.
I tell you, there's so many trials like on YouTube right now. I told you I've been watching that one for 3 weeks now.
Yeah, well, you might watch that for another 3 weeks.
Oh, it's going to be at least another 3 weeks. Today's only one day this week.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll wrap it up when we come back. If you've got something you're dying to tell us about, give us a call right after the break, and we'll get to you as quickly as possible. You're live and local. Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer a great rate for full-color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topstimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro can save you money on your automobile insurance with new options that are available now. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you are in good hands, like helping you customize your auto, home, and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own Home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Save more money on your automobile insurance today with Tammy Fry Allstate. Phone 910-326-5383 today. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for spring. And you should be too, with the Cub Cadet Ultima Series. Come today and see how these zero-turn mowers have stepped up control with traditional lap to a familiar steering wheel experience. Four-wheel control provides precision, maneuverability, and stability on a variety of terrains, including hills up to 20 degrees. Adjustable automotive-inspired high-back seat lets you comfortably cut at your maximum speed, while a heavy-duty mowing deck powers your yard for a premium cut. Combine steering wheel control with premium features of the Cub Cadet Ultima Series, and you get a zero-turn mower ready to unlock the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and a superior service. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
We just batting some names for
that last one was
names for the cooking team that we
Got me
will be
choked
forming.
up.
So we will not be using that one.
that was I have to stop now.
Yeah, that would be. We'd probably get the award for the most original.
It would definitely
as
be
we
original.
get kicked out the door. But whatever.
There'll be some praying over us while we're there.
There you go. 2 teens and an 18-year-old man in Memphis currently hospitalized following a shooting that stemmed from a mom finding her daughter's boyfriend in her bed. Police, you've got to listen to this. Police said they arrived at the house to find an 18-year-old with gunshot wounds with his girlfriend outside. She told police that her boyfriend secretly slept over at her parents' house overnight, and her mom discovered the couple together in bed Friday morning. The girl said her mom was angry. She was ticked off and told her that the 18-year-old boy had to leave. He apparently obeyed her mother's request and called out to his 16-year-old friend. The 18-year-old had apparently told his friend, who was hiding in the attic, to come on out because they've been caught.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, while this was happening, the teen girl said her mom was still shouting at her boyfriend outside. She said her boyfriend became angry, pulled a gun, and stormed back into the house toward the mama. Police said the mother ran upstairs just as the armed 18-year-old fired a single shot at her. The girl told police her sister screamed, "Don't shoot my mama." That's when their mother's boyfriend emerged from a bedroom with a gun, and he shot at the 18-year-old, striking him in the arm and back. During the exchange of gunfire, one of the two sisters, not known which one, was shot in her side, and the 16-year-old friend, who was previously hidden in the attic, was also shot twice in the leg. Their mother's boyfriend also took off before the cops arrived, but there's some outstanding warrants somewhere on him. Police said 12 casings were found on the property in total. Everybody's still in the hospital being treated.
Good.
What a
God.
mess in Memphis.
What a mess.
Call that a Memphis mess.
Phew.
Or just another
It
weekend.
kind of reminded me of some stories over the years, the history of Jacksonville.
Oh, God, yes.
Stories that I've heard here and there with
None of them were true. They
some
involved me.
doctors and others that got caught and shots were fired.
There was a bondsman out there on the Country Club Road.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And his wife came into this place, and apparently he was playing poker. But there were some female companions involved.
Was it strip poker?
Well, I don't know. Don't know how far along they'd gotten. She came in with a .22 caliber rifle loaded to the hilt with 17 rounds in it.
Oh, I know it. That
And
woman,
he went through the window. Took off.
I heard about a doctor here that got caught and was going through the window and received some buckshot in the backside. Yeah, so I mean, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, all that stuff does happen.
You were talking about that. We had some terrible news come out of Gardner, North Carolina yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
2 people were killed and a
Oh.
child is in critical condition after a driver ran a red light at a Gardner intersection yesterday afternoon. Now, the ones killed were 28-year-old Tyler Campbell and 29-year-old Susan Campbell. They died from the injuries, and the child inside their vehicle was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Now, let me tell you what.
That's a shame.
The driver that hit them, 25 years old, Jordan Alexander Porter. This is 1:30 in the afternoon yesterday.
Don't tell
He's
me.
been charged with a DWI.
Don't tell me.
Death by vehicle. 1:30 in the afternoon.
On Memorial Day.
On Memorial Day. 25 years of age.
Well,
life gone in an instant now.
Well,
I mean,
he can consider his life ruined, but you know what? His life doesn't matter at this point
right.
to me.
Now, exactly. And I
Sorry,
did want
buddy.
to add that to that. 25 years of age, his life is ruined, but
killed
at
two
least he's still
people.
alive. He had minor injuries.
Killed 2 people and probably took, I'm going to assume that was their kid.
I'm going to assume that too. It did
The
not
child was robbed
speculate.
of parents.
Right. But that child's in critical condition, and it's so sad.
All right, coming up next, we're going to have Fox News break at 10 o'clock, another dose of the Daily D's with
Yes.
Rick, and at 3 o'clock this afternoon, he's going to chunk that one out there right across the plate, and then Hollywood's going to do
Hollywood.
everything he can to hit that thing, make a home run. Speaking of home runs,
That's right.
Saturday.
That's right.
Kickoff time is, no, it's not kickoff.
4:30.
Kickoff time is,
It's I think it's 7 o'clock. The game starts.
I
The
don't-
gates open at
I don't-
6.
I
At
don't know what
4:30.
time it is. We're going to have to take a look at that.
We'll get that
We'll have it
straightened
all in
out.
straight tomorrow. And
Season opener.
How you can get your tickets. And I understand they won their game last week.
Yes, they beat the Kinston Wingmen 10-4.
Yay. The States 10-4 on that one.
We
Get
had
ready.
one that there was did a base hit and knocked in a homer. I mean, he did a base hit and it was a home run. And anyway, yeah, we got some good people.
That's good. Let's rock and
Our
roll, y'all.
Ospreys are all going to be awesome.
We'll see you tomorrow
guys.
morning. We got Dr. Rosen here. We also have Mike McHugh going to be
Yeah,
stopping
we're going
by.
to hear
We-
about
we're
all
gonna-
the things happening in
We're
Swansboro.
going to pick his brain for whatever's happening. You're
sure
live and
enough.
local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSMA. Fox News is now.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Former President Trump and the jury will be back in court this morning for closing arguments in his criminal